Alright, Kenshin. I promised you I'd show you how to do D machines. This is going to be it, apparently. So we're going to start by saving, and then we're going to go to the giant. And you'll notice that we're fairly low level for all of this stuff, which is kind of crazy. So this is going to involve some interesting resetting and whatnot. And I may put the chart up publicly for you at some point, but I don't think I can do it while I'm running. I'm going to have the chart in the way for a minute here, so I may not be able to see chat as well as I'd like to. But I have an idea for how to do a formal video for this, so we'll see how that works out. Okay. So we're going to walk down the giant. We're not going to worry about any of the encounters or anything right now. There's two ways to set this up. This other way involves doing a step outside Baron. I don't like that because it requires a lot of walking if you mess it up. This one requires less walking if it's messed up to do it again. But we're going to try and hit the D machine in the first 20 steps after the reset. We're going to basically use RNG manipulation to try and force the encounter we want. And if we do it right, we'll get in the fight with the searcher that pulls the D machines up. That's ultimately what we want because we can sit there and infinitely spawn the D machines. We need 22 to get Palom to nuke. We're not going to do quite that many. Alright, so we save here. Okay, so this is the full version of the D machine chart that I'm going to stop and show here for the video. What you'll see on it is a green circle where if you trigger a random encounter in that space, well, first you'll reset to reset the cache in the game, and then if you trigger a random encounter in the space with the circle, it'll be the one that we're looking for to get the D machine grind. If you get one of the yellow boxes, there are a couple numbers in there. The number by itself is how many encounters you have to walk through in order to trigger the D machine grind that you want to see, and that includes the encounter that you just triggered to have happen there. The red X, if you see it, means it can't happen here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk following this path, and I'm going to go through the warp point onto the floor with the elements fight. And if I don't, by that 20th step where the X's hit the encounter, I'm going to reset and do it again until I find the actual encounter to force the D machine thing to happen. Alright, let's resume. Here. And we saved inside, which was dumb, because now we're stuck doing this. So now we have no choice. So we're going to hit custom, turn encounters on, and we're going to walk in this specific pattern around the thing. And since we didn't trigger the encounter, we're going to do it again. Okay, so this should actually be the exact encounter we want, and we hit it right off the bat, which is awesome. So the first thing I'm going to do is take these beamers out. Actually, I don't think I want to kill Palom. So that's good. You stink there, buddy. We want to keep Palom pretty low power here, though. That's kind of the idea. Okay, Rose is pretty weak, so we are going to probably have Edge taken out. And while I love Edge, Edge goes too quickly. That's the problem, and he'll mess up turn order. We want everybody to be kind of the same for what we're doing here. We have a 4-person cycle we want to be doing. So let's take Edge off. We will fix it by the end. This should take Edge out. Okay, so here's Tellah. And then we have Palom. Yeah, that's part of it. We don't want to murder the searcher. We want to hit him with an absolutely minimal thing, and that's why we're going to use this Thor Rage, and we should get him for 1. And so the cycle is that we hit him for something very weak to bring the thing up, and then we have Tellah immediately drop a Puja on him. This is going to be a little bit risky here. But we want Tellah to immediately drop the weak on him. Then Palom kills it after it's weaked, and Cecil life glitches it. And we're going to play this pretty conservatively because the life is pretty low for these people. Put that on Cecil just to make sure nothing happens to him. I think we're going to do this a little differently for the next time here. So here's our Thor Rage. We queue up the weak. We have the weak waiting, so we get Tellah lined up to do that as fast as possible, and then we're going to have Cecil hit this thing quickly. And hopefully we don't get 2 flames in this cycle, but we should be fine if we do. Okay, that's our second of, I think, 10 or 11 that we're going to do. Make sure we keep Tellah in good shape here. We're going to go ahead and bring our ethers up, and we're going to start dropping those on Tellah. These are each going to give him back 40, which is enough for a week and a half or so for him. Alright, so here's our Thor Rage. The other thing that was really important in how we had this thing set up is we got Tellah into the center slot. If Palom had Virus, I'd feel a lot better, but his Fire 2 has a bit of a delay on the cast, so that's why we're going to make sure we do it the way we are. So Cecil's now queued up to hit the D machine. We're going to have Rosa cast life 1 to save us a life potion. That's our third one. And just making sure we stay cured up and keep the fight going. So you'll notice that the order changed a little bit, so now Cecil is going immediately in front of Tellah. And that's because of the slowness of what Tellah is. He finally fell behind somebody. This is going to be a little bad. If I was a little better play, we'd have the agility set up a little bit better, but we're doing okay so far. Okay, so now Cecil's cured up to kill it. This is the 4th one for us. Put another ether on Tellah, make sure he's not out of mana. Heal the party. Okay. Cecil should be about ready next. There's our Thor Rage. Tellah's got 62 MP. He's in good shape right now. As soon as Tellah's queued up, we let Rosa fire at him. Almost missed our life glitch. There's our cure. It is a little finicky, but the results will be pretty incredible. But yeah, it is finicky, but we are fighting very, very high-level bosses with a pretty low-level party. Let's see, we'll figure out. Thankfully, the Thor Rages are a great way for us to track where we're at with these things, because I think we're looking to do 10 of them. So that was our 6th one. Ooh, and Grant messes up. Tellah's out of MP. And I was trying to rush it here, so this could be rough. Just playing it safe. But that's where you kind of got to watch it. Yep. And that's going to get Palom. Each of the D machines are roughly 41,000. So 80,000 because of life glitch. So that's going to be 800,000 XP coming up here, which is going to shove Palom up into the upper 40s. Let's see if we can double life glitch here. We cannot. Okay, we're going to take a second and heal the party and ether up Tellah to make sure we're good to go. Cecil will drop our next Thor Rage. Three to go. Tellah needs one more ether to get through the set, and probably two to finish the fight. We pause for a second here with Rosa just because it takes a minute for Tellah to cast Weak. Alright, let's chance it. This is scary if Tellah whiffs the Weak. We have him in the middle, so to try and make sure that he doesn't do that. But yeah, the MP is the other problem. One other trick you can do in a fight like this, if you don't have the ethers, is we could have theoretically come up here and if Tellah can cast Psych on Edge. That's another way to get to refill Tellah's mana a couple times. Alright, so we're going to go through the cycle one more time. We're going to do a couple ethers on an ether or two on Tellah. But we're almost done with it. I can't see my timer, so I can't tell quite how long we've been up here. This should be able to let us finish through the fight. So we've been up here for maybe 12 minutes. Then we're going to have endgame levels. This is our 10th one. Tellah's got enough to cast Weak 2 more times, which is what we want. Alright. That's not good. Alright. So we're going to do one more. We're going to get Palom. This should put Palom all the way. We survive this fire, we should be good to go. Cecil's down, but we should be good. Alright. So now we bring the next mistake is to not bring the party up, because anybody who's dead obviously doesn't get experience here, and we want everybody to get XP. Then we dump this ether on Tellah. And this is how you close this fight. We're going to cast one more Weak on this guy, so one shot's going to kill it. And I unfortunately blew all my Sammy arrows, but we don't need Sammy arrows, we have Nuke. But yeah, you could go infinitely, but frankly 24 gets Rydia all the way from 0 to Nuke. So 937,000 experience. The other mistake you can make here is not turning encounters off, because you're low hit points and you encounter something and you just get dunked